Something that people are not aware of about online lenders like the Rockets or the Loan Depots and things like that is I get paid the same way you guys get paid, right? When this deal closes, that's when I get paid.
Right.
These other online lenders, they don't get paid that way. They get paid on.
Tell me the importance of working with a local lender.
Oh my God, Kelly, there's so many different reasons why it's important to work with a local lender. Number one, if there's an issue with the file, you know where to go, right? You know where to find me. You know exactly what office to walk into and ask me the questions. But there's so many different reasons that would be important. You guys are all listing agents. You're all buyer's agents, right?
Yeah.
So what is your feeling when you get a letter of approval or a pre-approval from somebody that's out of California or out of New Jersey or something where this letter, you've never heard of this lender before, you don't know anything about it, they don't know our Texas laws. So as a listing agent, how do you look at that letter versus having one from me that has a local address in a city right down the street?
The first thing that I think about is they're on a time difference. So what is that going to look like when we are up against a time schedule, when all of our contracts have deadlines? And what does that look like as far as that is concerned? And yes, when I do get it as a listing agent, I'm like, ooh, is this, if we're in multiples and it's the difference between.
It can be a deciding factor.
It can be.
Yeah,
sure.
Absolutely. I mean, on top of that, there are different rules and laws and regulations that apply to each state, right?
Right.
For instance,
Right.
New York and New Jersey, those states there deal with attorneys. They have to follow the whole process, right? Those normal closings are not 30 days. They're 60, 90 days. And there's a big process that goes along with that.
Right.
So when you get here to Texas, we're moving fast. Things are moving along, right? Our deadlines. Our closings are typically 30 days or less.
Yes.
My normal clear to close from the time we submit to underwriting to the time that I have a clear to close is less than 14 days.
Wow.
So most of the agents that I work with are trying to close a deal within 21 days because sometimes that can be the deciding factor, right? Whether or not a seller takes the offer that was presented to them because they have something that they got to go to, maybe a house that they have to close on, a new construction that they have to close on.
Important.
So that 21-day closing versus a 45 or a 60-day closing is going to make all the difference in the world.
It looks more desirable to a seller.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And for you guys as agents, knowing that, hey, this is what we're accustomed to here, right? This is what we do. And then you're looking at a lender that is based out of New Jersey or something like that. You're going to be, I don't know if they can get it done in time. I know they said they could, but my experience over the last 10 or 15 years is these out of state mortgage people, mortgage lenders, they have failed many, many times, right? So those different situations that you run into are going to be the experience we have. And that's what you're going to guide your sellers to do. And you would be more, I would say that it would be to the benefit to guide your buyers that are coming to you with an out of town lender that says, hey, look, I understand you might be comfortable with them, but I really want you to talk to one of my preferred lenders that are local, because it really could be the difference of whether or not you get this offer accepted or not. And depending on those terms are going to make the difference of whether or not you can actually follow along with these terms that we've agreed to in the contract, So to me, it is direly important that you use a local lender.
I also feel a benefit of it is that you have a personal relationship that you've built as an agent that we've built with the local lenders. So a phone call is easy, or a text is easy, or an email is easy. Whereas if it's an out-of-state lender, then again, the timing, where are they? Have they left the office for the weekend? Are they golfing on Friday at 3:00? Whereas, if you're golfing on Friday at 3:00, I'm finding you.
Well, and that's a whole nother point. And when you talk about the relationship that we have, right? I mean, it doesn't really matter whether it's Friday, whether it's Saturday, whether it's 7 o'clock at night, whether it's Sunday. If I know you're calling me and I look down and I see Kelly Christensen is calling me at 7:30 on a Friday night, I'm pretty sure you didn't call me to ask me what I had for dinner. You're calling me because you're in the middle of negotiating a contract and you need some questions answered, right? And you're not going to get that from these out-of-state lenders. And whether you do or you don't, you're not going to know. And with you guys sitting here, you have the confidence to know, I need to call Eddy. Right? He's going to pick up the phone. And if he doesn't, he's going to call me back. So you do have that benefit, you know, and it's direly important. And the same goes for online lenders, something that people are not aware of about online lenders like the Rockets or the Loan Depots and things like that. The thing that people don't realize on that, and this is something that really agents should understand the difference here, is I get paid the same way you guys get paid, right? When this deal closes, that's when I get paid. These other online lenders, they don't get paid that way. They get paid on applications, right? So really, where is the benefit? You know, whether that deal closes or not, does it really matter to them? Are they going to push these deals through or these pre-qualifications through? Are they going to ask the right questions? Because the more applications they get submitted, the bigger their bonus is going to be. Whether it closes or not, who cares, right? And agents don't know that when they're getting these pre-qualification letters in. You know, that's why it's so important for you guys as agents to, I'm not going to say control it, but have some control. And buyers and sellers, I mean, they've hired you as a professional in the industry, right? They need to accept your guidance. They need to follow your lead. Otherwise, why are they even hiring you? If they're going to do everything and all the legwork on their own and they're going to hire these people that you have no relationship with, you have no way to really understand how they work,
or control,
what's the point?
Or control it to a degree. And I mean, we have to control the contracts with the timing, with the terms, and we've got to control the situation, if you will. It has to be there. And if an agent is feeling like they're out of control or out of touch with all of the people, all of the different vendors on the end of it, then it's a very disjointed transaction.
Well, and what is our goal here, guys? And when in this industry, as me as a mortgage person, you guys as real estate agents, our goal is to not only close that deal, but to make it a good experience for our clients, right? Because what does that good experience end up being? It ends up being a future client for us, possibly a future referral, right? And that's what the goal is. And if we allow that transaction to be ugly or dirty or just messy, that's a reflection of us, right? So when we can get in there and control it to an extent to help make this a very pleasurable experience where the day of closing, we're sitting around maybe having a glass of wine during closing or telling jokes or talking about the kids versus thinking, are these papers ever going to show up? There's a big difference there for our future, clients. And not only that, but our income is how we feed our families, right? So should you guys use a local lender? Absolutely you should. So if you guys want more information, subscribe to us on YouTube, follow us on social media, give us a call, add to the comments, and we will get back with you just as soon as we can.